What is the worst thing that has happened on your birthday? I was going through chemo on my 13th birthday and spiked a fever and had to be hospitalized. My birthday is December 24. My sister told me I ruined Christmas. I was so ready to just give up and die that night. You didn't though, and now you're here sharing your shitty birthday story with us. Thanks X. You made it. I had asked for a cookie cake from MRS Fields cause they're awesome. My stepmom said she would bake one, and it would be even better. She somehow mixed up sugar with salt while making it. What came out of that oven was a freaking war crime. LOL, I feel your pain. When you expect something and get the crappy switcheroo, it hurts more. I hate my birthday and my wife knows it, so after being married 10 years she asked what I wanted for my birthday, and I said you know I hate it. Just pick me up a burger from McDonald's. So 2 hours later and about 11 hours from my last meal, I was waiting since she said she was bringing food. She barges in the door with obviously not food from the clown. She stopped at a restaurant and got us food. I love burgers and I hate crab dip. It's a big deal in my area, but I don't like it. My wife knows this. For some ungodly reason she got me a burger with crab vomit all over it. Somehow I was the asshole for not eating it since she went out of her way and waited so long to get it special for me. I'm not allowed to bring it up or it starts a fight. My friends and family planned a surprise party and appointed my closest work friend to basically babysit me till they executed it and guide me to the party after work. As part of the surprise, they all started ignoring me 2 days before my birthday. I didn't get a single call on the day of my birthday from friends or family and was pretty upset. The friend who was supposed to guide me to my surprise party basically forgot. He got lost in work and I took off before he realized what had happened. Meanwhile, everyone I know was back at my place waiting for me to show up. I thought I'll just treat myself, seeing that nobody cared about my birthday. I stopped by at my local music store to buy a guitar I had my eyes on for quite some time. Sadly, they sold the last piece just that morning. Extremely frustrated, I hopped back on my motorcycle to head back home. I then met with an accident on my way back home, wrecked my bike, broke 3 ribs in the process, and was bedridden for a couple of weeks. TLDR. I missed my surprise party and met with a pretty big accident on the way home, wrecking my bike and breaking some ribs. Addition. The guitar I couldn't buy that day was actually picked up by my brother that same day. I got it as a gift the very next day. Sadly, had to spend a lot of time in bed, and not to mention the money fixing up my ride. EDIT2. Thanks everyone for making this my most upvoted comment. I sent a link to this post to my brother and my friend too so they can see what you guys think about what happened. Be gentle, haha. My parents completely forgot that it was my birthday. I was excited all day to get a present or a card or anything, but the entire day went by and no one remembered aside from one random friend at school. It was really depressing. My dad ended up remembering a day or so later because he checked Facebook and saw the notification. It baffles me that a woman would forget the day she gave birth. It seems like a memorable event. Oh, my mother is horrible and I haven't seen her since she left about 4-ish months ago, so it's just one more thing on top of the rest of the shit, but no worries, dad did end up taking me out to eat once he found out. I shared my 11th birthday with a pal from down the road and his parents were giving him a party, so he invited me, along with some of our friends, to share. In their front garden, Surrey, UK, they had a sunken lawn which doubled as a tennis court or a playing field for us youngsters, but this year there was a huge thunderstorm that emptied massive quantities of rain on us and drove us all indoors. The party was somewhat dampened until the storm ended, and we found that there was easily a foot or more of rainwater in the sunken lawn. We quickly scampered out to splash and play in the water. It was brilliant. In the middle of all this there was suddenly a dull screech and thump on the road outside, and it didn't take long for us to find out that my pal's father had crossed the road to nip to a nearby shop, and on his return he'd been hit by a van. Sadly, he died on impact. Never to be forgotten, even though that's now almost 63 years ago. Fell off my brand new tricycle and broke my arm on my 4th birthday. My mum didn't believe my arm was broken, so didn't go to the hospital till 2 days later. Also, when I was about 12, I had my party at a park. This was before the days of mobile phones, and my friends who were coming couldn't find us. They gave up and all went to McDonald's together while I sat and ate my cake with my mum. Worst thing was the following Monday when they talked about how much fun they had without me. Sad face. At first that park story was just a really shitty misunderstanding, but then going on about how much fun they had? That's just cold. Was at Macaw's and played Truth or Dare with my 8-year-old friends. They dared me to go and stand outside, didn't specify for how long. Me assuming someone would come surprise me with a B-day present, I waited out there for a good 30 minutes. No one ever came. I went back inside and everyone other than my parents left. My parents thought I was saying goodbye to everyone. Still mad. My heart just broke. I hope you have found better friends now. My mom is a regifter, despite being extremely picky about the gifts she receives. She is not poor. This year for my birthday, I received a box with wrapped gifts. Opened one, then realized it was a carefully selected gift I had given her 2 years ago at Christmas. When she called, she asked how I liked my gifts, which included a 15-year-old candle from her closet and stationery from her own stock of sidewalk sale finds. I didn't have much to say. She texted later that she could tell I didn't like my presents, but that she put a lot of work into shopping for and wrapping them. I wrote back and said my feelings were hurt that she regifted me something I gave her. She informed me that she sure wasn't going to send presents anymore. How dare you call me out on my bullshit. My 10th birthday. I was sleeping with my mum, and she spent the night of my birthday telling me what a disappointment I was and how I needed to grow up, while I lay there with tears silently running down my face while she berated me. She was angry that I hadn't changed out of my school uniform because I had wanted to watch Battlestar Galactica, 1978, and I was still wearing it when a family came over to give me my present. When my mum was angry, she could be cruel and unkind. She was angry a lot. Oh yeah, that was the birthday my dad borrowed my birthday money for gambling. You are not a disappointment to me. I'm proud of you for sharing your story. There are those who believe that life here began out there, far across the universe. Like, comment, and share. Reddit Story Topper. Subscribe now.